Hey everyone, this is Razador's Pokemon Shenanigans, and welcome to the start of a fun little mini-series where we'll be running 4 baby Pokemon not just through Fire Red, but through the post-game as well. Leading off with Magby because it's my second favorite of the baby mons, and before we dive into the finer details of Magby, gonna get this one out of the way. Each of our 4 contestants have an egg move to go with their pre-existing moveset. I figure it's a cool little tie-in to the breeding mechanic because they're baby Pokemon, you hatch them. Unlike invasive species, however, we're not running max IVs, no custom hidden power, none of that. I rolled with the first Magby I got, and I'll go into detail about that here in a sec, although I'm pretty happy with Rash Nature, kind of. Anyway, let's discuss Magby, starting off with that base stat total. Magby's base stats are awesome for a baby Pokemon. It's better than that of any first form starter. Heck, it's not too far from the base stat total of fully evolved early game bugs like Beedrill, and it gets even better. Checking out our level up moves here, we learned Sunny Day and Fire Blast via level up, which is awesome. For sure, we're going to be taking advantage of Sunny Day plus same type attack bonus. While I do like Flame Body as an ability, I so wish Magby could get Blaze for even more firepower. Anyway, we also get useful utility like Confuse Ray, and starting with Ember means that our inevitable grind to defeat Brock will at least go kinda fast. Speaking of fast, Magby is in the medium fast level up group, so it's a little bit slower early on. But later on, the XP requirements are lessened, so Magby will level up a little bit faster in the late game. And that's kind of better because, honestly, considering the rematch teams of the Elite Four and the Champion, we are definitely going to have to level up. It's not a spoiler, we're playing as a first form of Fire type in Gen 3 Kanto. Kanto hates Fire types, I don't know why. Well, it's probably Game Freak's fault. Moving on over to the TMs, it's a small list, but the coverage is pretty decent. We can learn Psychic via TM, which is pretty amazing. Brick Break, I guess I'll give Iron Tail credit where it's due. Combine that with our egg move, Thunder Punch, as you saw in the intro rival battle, and we have pretty decent coverage. Speaking of egg moves, it's pretty wild that we could have given Magby Cross Chop, and I was kinda tempted to take it because it's a great move. But Thunder Punch is gonna help us out so much for battling water types. With base 75 power, it'll eventually run out of gas, but it's still a decent move, plus it can cause paralysis, so that's cool. The goal of this series is to compare each of the 4 babies, see what level they beat the main story and post-game at, and we'll be chronicling the time for both as well. Very excited to kick some butt with Magby, so let's get to it, shall we? Oh, and before you ask, nah, I'm not gonna spoil the other 3, but you're more than welcome to guess in the comments. Now, as a Fire type in Gen 3 Kanto, Magby is going to have a few trouble spots. Fire just, like I said before, kinda gets the shaft in Kanto, and that makes me even happier that Magby has decent coverage, even without the addition of Thunder Punch. That said, Brock is still going to take a hot minute to get by because Onix has the same type attack bonus from Rock Tomb, which we're weak to. And I'm sure it'll take only 1 or 2 to make us lose a speed advantage, if we are in fact faster. I mean, speed is our best stat at the end of the day, so we probably will be. I'm not sure if it'll be faster to just beeline to each major fight and then catch mons later, or if we should catch them along the way. Magby is unfortunately going to be our guinea pig for that, so here's to hoping whichever idea I go with works out for the best. And I bring that up because in order to get access to the post-game, we have to have the National Dex, which means we have to catch 60 Pokemon, and I'm going to want 30 anyway because I definitely want to give Magby leftovers at some point. Speaking of leftovers, if you're new here, just note standard challenge rules apply. No items in battle, minus held items, we can use those, so nothing like potions, full restores, X items, etc. Only Magby in battle. However, I do need HM Pokemon in order to make progress, because if I wasn't allowed to do that, the run would end, where would that end? Oh yeah, after beating Misty, so that wouldn't be very fun. So, time to get right into it, and gotta say, I love the way we beat the Light Years guy. We get hit by Sand Attack, but it doesn't matter because we burned Sandshrew and it went down. The one time I don't mind getting hit by Sand Attack. So, we're level 12 before we get to Brock, and I'm thinking, I'm here just because I want to see how we match up. Now, I could just level up until I get Thunder Punch at level 19, but I'd really prefer to not do that. I gotta say, too, awesome start with Geodude getting afflicted by Flame Body. 1 in 3 chance to cause burn if a move makes contact. I'm not too worried about Geodude, though, as long as I don't get crit, because it also will waste turns with Defense Curl. Onix, though, well, that damage isn't great. And Rock Tomb leaves us with 1 health, and then we get finished off by Tackle. Okay, I think we're gonna have to come back a little bit stronger. And at level 14, almost level 15, Geodude's still very easy. And gotta say too, these couple of level ups we got really did make a difference, especially hitting level 15 going into the Onix fight, because Rock Tomb deals a lot less damage to us now. So Magby's strategy to defeat Brock at this level is, well, Geodude, as long as I'm gonna get crit, we're fine, and it's probably gonna get burned off a Flame Body. For Onix, we're gonna need some Rock Tomb misses, hopefully get a burn with Ember, and just keep chipping away with Ember. We're not going to use Thunder Punch here because both these Pokemon are part ground types, so electric moves will not work at all. But this early in the run, I don't mind relying on these lucky strategies because it's either that or over level, and I prefer the former in this case. We have full health going into Onix, that is excellent. Full health for Onix is excellent, and although Ember doesn't deal great damage, no burn either, there is a Rock Tomb miss. Unfortunately, the second one does hit. Onix's faster switches to Tackle, and we burn him off of Ember, so his attack is cut in half. That's awesome. As long as we don't get crit, we should be alright. And yeah, we're fine. Excellent. Next stop is Cerulean City. On the way, we're gonna make sure that we learn Mega Punch and Mega Kick. Magby can learn both of those via Move Tutor. It's kind of funny that Mega Punch is also one of our potential egg moves, but no need for that. First things first, in Cerulean City, we're going to go into that guy's backyard and get that free rare candy that's hidden because we're going to need all of those that we can get. And now we have two options here. We can either go for the Cerulean rival, or we can battle Misty. Considering that we're fire type, I'm thinking that the rival is the right call here. However, we can use Thunder Punch to clear out the trainers in Misty's gym for a little bit more experience points. And once we drop a nice healthy save right in front of our rival, going to do that here just a second. Scroll up to save. There we go. I am really hoping that Thunder Punch one-shots Pidgeotto. Alright, moment of truth. Do we? I bet you that was a damage range. And of course we get hit by Sand Attack, but at least Pidgeotto took itself out thanks to Flame Body. Well, if we didn't one-shot Pidgeotto, probably not Squirtle either, and yeah, we deal a bit less damage there. Thankfully it goes for Tail Whip. Okay, one more Thunder Punch should do it, unless we miss. We get hit by Water Gun, and... Alright. It's gonna be one of those fights. Okay. Well, we can test out that damage range theory. Hopefully we get a one-shot and we do even less damage, and there's Sand Attack again. We get crit by Quick Attack, but we don't miss. Down goes Pidgeotto. And we level up. Oh, that's pretty cool. Missing Thunder Punch is not cool. Withdraw is acceptable. So too is that critical Thunder Punch. Now comes Abra. We'll go ahead and switch to Mega Punch, and we don't miss. That's surprising. And as Rattata comes up, we'll switch to Fire Punch. Quick Attack does 6 damage to us. We don't miss with Fire Punch. Awesome. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, if you'll excuse me, we're going to fight every last trainer, and then go take on Misty. And now, this is where our egg move is going to come in real handy, because if we didn't have it, we'd have to go level up even more. But thanks to Thunder Punch, we'll be okay, at least for Staryu. Starmie is still going to be a problem, and it might be faster, not sure yet. But it deals super effective damage to both of our Pokemon, and can cause paralysis. So without further ado, how fares Staryu? Okay, that's a one-shot. Kinda saw that one coming. But the real question here is, are we faster than Starmie? Well, I hope that we are. We are pretty fast. We're going to go for Thunder Punch. Unfortunately, she is faster. And Water Pulse does not one-shot us. That's good. Thunder Punch does great damage. Okay, so we're either going to need a Thunder Punch crit, or we are going to need a Paralysis where we'll gain the speed advantage, and then we can two-shot. This will take a few tries. It shouldn't take that many attempts to get a Thunder Punch Paralysis proc. It would be even better if we paralyzed Starmie and it completely lost its turn so we could get a flawless victory, but that's probably not gonna happen. But maybe I shouldn't be pessimistic, I don't know, we'll see. And we're faster than Staryu, so no real need to talk about that this time around. Water Pulse hits us, we get confused, but we don't hit ourselves, and we get a crit. Excellent. I'm gonna be honest here, I thought we'd get the Paralysis first, and I thought this would take a lot more tries, but totally fine with this outcome. So let's go to the SSN and say hello to our rival. Well, I gotta say, not too concerned about this fight because we are for sure one-shotting Pidgeotto. Thank you very much. As for Wartortle, not quite, but Withdraw makes it waste a turn, so we're good. We go for Mega Kick against Raticate, we missed, but it goes for Tail Whip. My god, they've been going for status moves this whole time. Like, I say Gen 3 loves status all the time, but, like, it does. Alright, Surge time. Alright, first try at Surge here starts off awesome, critting Voltorb with Fire Punch. Pikachu we outspeed in one shot, but we get paralyzed off a static. And unfortunately, we have lost the speed advantage. That causes Raichu to go for Double Team. and Mega Kick still didn't miss. That's amazing. Now, before we take on the next major battle, word down the grapevine has it that Lepa berries are not in Pokemon Fire Red. Well, there's actually 3 of them you can get in this game, and I'm going to show you where the first one is. There's actually a couple of berries you can get from this. One of those extra berries is a Rost berry. We don't need that because we're Fire type. And right here's the Lepa berry. And there's also a Lumberry that you can get, which is pretty sweet. And now this might surprise you, but we're actually going to go for Giovanni first. I really want that Silph Scope, because now we have Sunny Day, and that's going to help tremendously against his 2 rock types. That's a 2-shot, though. That crit would have been nice the first time around. And I figure, hey, after the first Fire Punch, let's go high risk, high reward, Mega Kick connects and KOs Rhyhorn. As Kangaskhan comes out, we go for Fire Punch, deal a little under half, she goes for Bite, and we afflict her with Flame Body. Follow-up Fire Punch takes her down. Now, after this, we're actually going to go ahead and battle our rival at Lavender Tower so we can unlock more of the game. There's a very specific reason why I'm putting off Erica for now. We also have to go get Fly, so yeah, gonna go ahead and do that really quick, all that good stuff. And the reason why I'm holding off on Erica is because at level 37, we learn Flamethrower, and that should just one-shot sweep her entire gym. And hey, speaking of sweep, gotta say, Magby at 2 hours, 36 minutes, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And as much as I'd like to set up Sunny Day against Pidgeotto, I'm not risking Sand Attack, so we're going straight for Thunder Punch, or much higher level, obviously it's a one-shot. And because our rival sends out War Turtle next, figure go for Thunder Punch, don't quite get the one-shot, withdraw, Gen 3 Levinet status, man. Like, we can set up Sunny Day. Maybe the Water Gun would have been great the first time around, my guy. And yeah, with War Turtle out of the way, there really isn't too much else to say about this fight because we're super over-leveled, and I feel like it's always faster to just put off this rival battle for the time being, go clear up at least 1 or 2 things over and sell it on, and then come back. Coming here with a Silph Scope just makes more sense anyway, it's less backtracking. And gotta say too, after Misty, Magby has been kicking some serious butt here. And well, after this battle, we are going to get something awesome in the form of Flamethrower. Combining that with Sunny Day is going to be an absolute menace, but I don't think we're going to need it for our next fight, so now, if you'll excuse me, we are going to take each of Erica's Pokemon behind the woodshed one at a time. Same type attack bonus, Flamethrower, they're weak to it. Yeah, I don't think I'm blowing anybody's mind with the outcome of this battle here. But what about Koga? Well, starts off great as we set up Sunny Day, coughing misses with Toxic. The Sunny Day Flamethrower crit absolutely unnecessary, but there's no kill quite like Overkill. So we take about half our health from Sludge and 2-shot Muck with Flamethrower. Second Coughing's identical, 1-shot with Flamethrower. As Wheezing comes out, we deal about half with Flamethrower, no more Sunny Day, and we're left with 2 health. Yo, if we got poisoned, we'd have been screwed. This was actually my second try, Muck crit and poison me with Sludge. But yeah, next up, Silphco. I decided to play it safe and level up a lot. And gotta say, things start off fantastic as we set up Sunny Day. We take a bit of damage, but Flame Body procs on turn 1, which means that Flamethrower for sure is taking out Pidgeot. Next up is Blastoise. It's trying to stall out Sunny Day with Protect, kind of annoying. Second Protect fails, and we deal a little over half with Thunder Punch. Blastoise didn't go for another one, so we take him down too. As Growlithe comes out, we get hit by Intimidate, so Secret Power's not going to help us out much here. Thunder Punch does okay damage. Takedown missed, 15% chance of that. Next up is Execute. Obviously, that's a one-shot with Flamethrower. Last up is Alakazam, and to my great surprise and delight, 1 Flamethrower is all she wrote. I figured, hey, if we're gonna level up, might as well do it here, because once we defeat Giovanni, the trainers here at Silphco will disappear for the rest of the game, so might as well reap in that XP while we can. I also battled the trainers in the optional fighting gym. That also helped us get +1 to our Pokedex as I took Hitmonlee. Speaking of Giovanni, let's go ahead and battle the big man himself. As usual, Giovanni leads off with a good old Nidorino. That was pretty fun to use in our Ditto run. Anyway, gonna go and set up Sunny Day here. Perfect Pokemon to set that up against. We take about 20 damage off a Horn attack, but even better, the first attack procs Flame Body, so now Nidorino's attack is cut in half. Flamethrower, easy one-shot. Thanks to the power of the sun channeling her inner Birdman, Magby one-shots Rhyhorn. Next up is Kangaskhan. The one I'm the most worried about goes for Fake Out. Unfortunately, no Flame Body proc. That would have been awesome. Flamethrower brings her to a sliver. We get hit by Mega Punch. Now Flame Body procs. Can I say that I absolutely love this ability? Now, Nidoqueen's next. It is part ground, but doesn't have any ground moves for this fight, thankfully. So we're going to wait for Flamethrower, and well, that's awesome, another burn. She does respond with Body Slam, and unfortunately we do get paralyzed, so now we are slower. She goes for it again, leaving us with 17 health, but we do not lose our turn to paralysis. Man, I gotta say, that was the most fun Giovanni fight I've had in quite a while. And I typically don't do this, but might as well go ahead and grab the Master Ball because we gotta catch Pokemon anyway for leftovers and to get 60 Pokemon in our Pokédex for the National Dex. Again, friendly reminder, we need 60 Pokemon to unlock the National Dex so that we can get access to the other Sevi Isles once we get there. Anyway, it's Sabrina time, and this is gonna be pretty easy, I think. We're gonna go and set up Sunny Day and hopefully sweep with Flamethrower. Calm Mind should not make the difference for Kadabra. I guess we'll put that to the test. It doesn't. Sweet. Next up on Sabrina's chopping block is Mr. Mime, one shot. She sends out Venomoth next, and obviously that's a one-hit KO. Will Alakazam be? The answer is... yes. Yes, it will be. Alright, Cinnabar time. We'll go and check our time here real quick. Still under 5 hours, 4 hours, 37 minutes. I like that. As always, Blaine leads off with Growlithe. Thanks to Intimidate, we're going to go for Thunder Punch. That's almost a one-shot. And Growlithe missed Fire Blast, and Blaine's going to waste a potion. Excellent. After Thunder Punch, we'll switch to Secret Power. Down goes Growlithe. As Ponyta comes out, we hit with Thunder Punch and Paralyze. Didn't lose the turn, though, unfortunately. We take 24 damage from Fire Blast and finish Ponyta with Secret Power. As for Rapidash, Thunder Punch does just under half, also misses Fire Blast. Switch on over to Secret Power. Unfortunately, don't quite knock it out. We do Paralyze. Although we take a bit of damage, Blaine heals again. Blaine then wastes a turn with a full heal because we crit. As Arcanine comes out, we get hit with a second Intimidate, so Thunder Punch is the way to go now. That's still not dealing great damage. Fire Blast, on the other hand, does a fair bit to us. Arcanine switches to Takedown, and down we go. Now, I do have the TM for Psychic. I decided to try a couple more times to no avail, so I'm like, alright, let's go and teach Psychic. Now we should be good to go, and now we should hopefully win this fight because Psychic's awesome. And gotta say, Psychic really coming in clutch there, one-shots Growlithe. It doesn't quite one-shot Ponyta, but that's fine. Blaine will waste a Hyper Potion and we'll take out Ponyta, no problem. After 2 Thunder Punches take down Ponyta, we're going to use Psychic on Rapidash. Does over half, we'll tank the Fire Blast, because he missed. Got plenty of health for Arcanine here. We go for Psychic, deal good damage, and he misses Fire Blast. Gotta say, Thunder Punch did way more damage than I was expecting there. We go for Psychic after Blaine heals, another Psychic. Fire Blast brings us down to 3 hit points. Arcanine doesn't have extreme speed at this level, so yeah, that was, we actually needed those Fire Blast misses. That was awesome. And we're gonna go to the Sevi Isles. We have to do this anyway to unlock the later islands, and while we're here, gonna go ahead and grab us a hidden rare candy and a hidden power point up. Those of you who watch Invasive Species are familiar with this, but this is always somebody's first video, so not only is this a good segue, plus a potential new viewer might not know that these are here. Now that we have 7 badges and got the first part of the Sevi Isles complete, the only way to go is to Giovanni, and at 5 hours, 7 minutes, Magby is making some pretty good time, I gotta say. As he sends out Rhyhorn, we have Psychic, which will not be resisted. Critical hit's always a good way to lead off. So against Doug Trio, we're going to set up Sunny Day. It's going to go for Earthquake. Hopefully we tank this. Well, Doug Trio rolled a nat 20 of its own. Alright, time to try again. No crit needed for Rhyhorn, that's good, and we do tank that with 54 health remaining. With Sunny Day, we should be good to go. Even that second Rhyhorn should be a one-shot despite the type disadvantage. And hey, if Nidoqueen is a one-shot, Nidoking is going to be a one-shot. Alright, second Rhyhorn, level 50, moment of truth. Critical threat, time to confirm that critical hit, baby, oh yeah. Okay, so for our 6th, I guess 7th rival, since we battled the optional rival at the start of the game, well, Blastoise has Hydro Pump now, so that's gonna be fun. But still, we do have Sunny Day, but we're also Rash Nature, so Alright, so for Pidgeot, turn 1, set up Sunny Day, Wing Attack. Man, we just cannot stop burning this Pidgeot with Flame Body. Obviously, that's a one-shot. He sends out Rhyhorn next, not a problem. Rock type, but still with Sunny Day and Rhyhorn's terrible special defense, bye-bye. As Blastoise comes out, we go for Thunder Punch, he goes for Rain Dance, so we gotta set up Sunny Day to neutralize some of that Hydro Pump damage. Oh no, I'm thinking of Red and Blue. Nope, still Water Gun, we're fine. We even got a special defense drop on Psychic, so Thunder Punch will definitely finish the job now. Well, I'm not really a fan of this Rain Dance because it's going to neuter our Flamethrower, so we set up Sunny Day. Growlithe does go for agility, so he's going to be faster now. Thanks to that recoil from Takedown, we're able to take out Growlithe with Flamethrower. Execute might have Chlorophyll, but it's still slower than Magby. Get out of here, son. Alakazam's out last, but we are going to be faster, and man, I gotta say, it is always immensely satisfying one-shotting this Alakazam. Okay, so we're gonna have to go catch at least 30 Pokemon, because again, we're gonna need leftovers for Magby for the Elite Four here. But I figure, best that we go ahead and just get to the league real fast, because, hey, once we're done with our quota, whatever we decide to stop at, maybe we'll catch all 60 now, maybe we'll do 30, whatever, something in between. We could just fly right back to the league, no problem, and then take a crack at the Elite Four. Now, this time isn't gonna count, but I am curious, 5 hours 34 minutes arriving here, that's not too bad. But how much time did we lose catching some Pokemon to unlock the post-game? Well, probably a little bit more than I should have, because yeah, try to go fast, I said. That's the way to go, I said. So I should totally try to catch Articuno and Zapdos. By try, I mean I did. So, I mean, at least I got them, right? So, starting off against the Elite Four, we are at 7 hours, 50 minutes. Yeah, I probably could have afforded not to try to catch the legendaries. Speaking of Lorelei, as we battle her, she leads off with Dugong, immediately going for Sunny Day. We want to block Surf's damage, but she goes for Safeguard, so that's cool. Thunder Punch is going to be a 2-shot and goes for Hail. Wow, that's perfect, because once Cloyster comes in, we can set up Sunny Day, which will bait it into going for Hail. It does set up Spike, so effectively wasting a turn, because this is a solo run, also 1-shot, love it. And as Lapras comes out, I go for Thunder Punch because I misremembered. I thought Lapras had Thick Fat. It has Water Absorb, so definitely should have gone for Flamethrower with Sunny Day up. Lorelei will heal. We're not going to deal enough damage here. Although, I will say that it looks like that's a heck of a damage range there. Oh, well, that works too. Well, Slowbro's gonna KO us, because we're not gonna one-shot it with Thunder Punch, unless we get another critical hit. Well, Jinx is last. We win. We're gonna be faster. We got Flamethrower. Wow, I played really stupid there and got rewarded for it. That's rare, and I'm okay with that. Well, that's pretty great, because next up is Bruno. I'm actually pretty worried about this fight. Not gonna bother with Sunny Day. We're gonna go straight into Psychic. That should be a one-shot. Or not. Oh, that's a bad. And as Bruno heals Onix, we go for it again. Yeah, that's looking like a very unfavorable damage range for us. I never thought I'd see Onix live Psychic. And as Hitmonchan comes out, I figure, alright, now we're gonna set up Sunny Day, because Rock Tomb might miss. It goes for Sky Uppercut instead. Well, that's fine. Flamethrower should one-shot, and, of course it doesn't. Well, Hitmonchan connects with Rock Tomb, so we're gonna be slower now. And turns out I'm not being a pessimist there. We're slower and get finished off. I want to take another crack at that fight. That had to be some god-awful damage ranges coming into play there. I'm going to take a risk setting up Sunny Day against Onix here, and he goes for Earthquake. That's actually better because our speed isn't dropped. Well, I'd like to see Onix try and survive this one. I didn't think so, homie. Alright, so what about Hitmonchan? Was that just a bad damage range, or are we in some serious doo-doo? Never mind. Well, he should send out Hitmonlee next, or Machamp. A little early for your ace there, big guy. And he wastes his turn with Bulk Up. I love Gen 3, man. We're gonna follow up with Flamethrower and easily finish off Pokegoro here. And we hit level 73 for a pretty sweet little boost to our special attack at 140 now. I decide to take a major gamble and set up Sunny Day against Onix 2 here. Goes for Earthquake, perfectly fine. This Onix might be a couple levels higher than the first one, but it's still an Onix. Down it goes. Well, last but certainly not least is going to be Hitmonlee, so hopefully we one-shot with Flamethrower. Yeah, we do. Ah, the power of damage ranges. Oh, man. Alright, so Agatha's up next. Feeling pretty confident about this. We have Psychic. We can also set up Sunny Day Flamethrower. We should be good for this team. Now, Agatha leads off with a Gengar that's kind of annoying, so we're going to go for Psychic straight away. Hopefully we one-shot it. We don't want that thing sticking around. Down it goes. Very good. Next up's Golbat. Down goes Golbat. Sending out Arbok next. That should be a one-shot. Go for Psychic at... Wait, what the heck? In what world does Gengar get one-shot at Arbok? Does Arbok really have better special defense than Gengar? I'm going to have to check after this little voiceover. Whatever. That gave us an opportunity to go ahead and set up Sunny Day here, so now we're for sure going to one-shot the second Gengar. And if we one-shot the second Gengar, we are going to one-shot the Haunter. Man, I love when Agatha's easy. That's a very rare treat. So Lance is up next, and I'm very glad that we have Thunder Punch. It gives us a useful tool for Gyarados and Aerodactyl. I'm pretty confident about Gyarados. Aerodactyl, I'm pretty sure will survive. I'm just hoping that we outspeed the darn thing. Leading off, I go for Sunny Day because I'm used to Yellow at having Hydro Pump. At least we burned it with Flame Body before one-shotting it with Thunder Punch. It's Water Flying. That's not a spoiler. Moment of truth. Are we faster than Aerodactyl? Gonna go for Flamethrower to get the burn, and nope, wow, we're actually slower. I mean, Aerodactyl's really fast, but I didn't expect to be outsped by this thing. We're pretty fast ourselves. Alright, rare candy time it is. Now, we have quite a few rare candies, but we're not gonna go all in just yet. Not if we don't have to, so we're gonna start off by getting to level 79 and seeing if we're faster than Aerodactyl that way. I decided to set up Sunny Day because I'd like to try to burn Aerodactyl and do more damage with Flamethrower. Dragon Rage is unfortunate, but ultimately not a big deal. Alright, moment of truth. Are we faster? Yeah, we are. Good damage, too. Thankfully, Aerodactyl did not get Omni boosted from Ancient Power. Our follow-up Flamethrower takes him down. So as Dragonite comes out, unfortunately, we're gonna go for Psychic, hope for the special defense drop. We don't get it. Outrage brings us to 4 health. Oh yeah, that's good night, Irene. We didn't stick around long after that finisher. Flame Body proc is still cool, though. So we're gonna need a little bit of luck here. Nothing too drastic, though. Speaking of luck, though, Thunder Punch comes oh so close to one-shotting, but Aerodactyl goes for Scary Face and misses. That's a 10% chance. Lance heals, we go for Flamethrower, then Thunder Punch, bye-bye Aerodactyl. This is great because we go for Thunder Punch and Paralyze Dragonite, and it goes for Safeguard, so that's a wasted turn. We're gonna go for Psychic, no special defense drop, and it stays paralyzed. Psychic, special defense drop. And we do get hit by Hyper Beam, we do survive it, but we're good to go. Dragonite has to recharge. As the first of 2 Dragonair come up, we go for Psychic, deal over half damage, Dragon Rage always deals 40. So, as the first Dragonair goes down with leftovers, we're going to have 66 health going into the second Dragonair. Psychic does good damage. Unfortunately, this is the Thunder Wave Dragonair. And because Gen 3 just loves its status so much, it goes for Safeguard and throws the fight. That's amazing. Believe it or not, this was our 8th attempt after the rare candies. Not bad at all. Alright, all that's left is the champion. Let's go. Now, as Pidgeot comes out, I'm thinking about going for Thunder Punch, but now let's go and take a risk. Set up Sunny Day, Aerial Ace is fine. Well, maybe not, that was a crit. But hey, thanks to Sunny Day, Pidgeot is a one-shot. Next up, the champion opts to send out Rhyhorn. We go for Flamethrower with Sunny Day. Deals good damage. Not enough, though. Earthquake is absolutely going to destroy us. Oh boy. So I decided to try a few times at level 79 because in my mind I'm like, hey, if we get a burn on Rhydon, it might not one-shot us. But that is, how to say, playing with fire, eh? After a few of these attempts, I'm like, you know what, I'm being silly, I have rare candies, I'm gonna go ahead and just pop them, and then see what happens. And worst case scenario, if Flamethrower fails us, I'll teach Fire Blast, which I'm not a fan of, because Fire Blast, although it's strong, has a 15% chance to miss. With stakes these high, we really cannot afford to miss. So going for Thunder Punch and having the champion use a full restore, allowing us to set up Sunny Day, is the way to go. And interestingly enough, Rhydon goes for Rock Tomb and misses, so we have a shot at this now. Now, as Blastoise comes out, turn 1 it will go for Rain Dance. That's perfect because we deal more than enough damage to two-shot it with Thunder Punch. Unfortunately, with the Rain Up, they don't deal too much damage to Alakazam. I'm worried about Sunny Day because Exeggutor has Chlorophyll. I don't want it potentially being faster than us. Speaking of everybody's favorite coconut, out it comes, down it goes, out comes Arcanine, we go for Psychic, and we get a critical hit, almost take it out in one hit. Champion heals, we go for the good old 1-2 punch with Psychic, but it's not enough. Okay, so we're gonna teach Fire Blast, and well, after a lot of tries, bye-bye Pidgeot. As Rhydon comes up, we're gonna go for Fire Blast, and we do one-shot it. That's a very low damage range, by the way. We know the drill with the Blastoise by now. Thunder Punch, bad boy's gonna go for Rain Dance. We're gonna set up Sunny Day. Now, Blastoise will go for Hydro Pump, does hit, but Sunny Day protects us. Despite that Citrus Berry, the follow-up Thunder Punch takes him down. Out comes Alakazam. Please don't miss Fire Blast. We've had great luck with it. Awesome. And turns out I had no reason to worry about setting up Sunny Day because even with Chlorophyll, we are faster than Exeggutor. As Arcanine comes out, we go for Fire Blast, deal tremendous damage to it. We get brought to a decent amount of health off of Flamethrower. Arcanine with the Sundown goes for Extreme Speed. Still isn't enough though, we finally won this fight, and you know what? That's the halfway point, because like I said, we have to go to the post-game, we have to do the rest of the Sevi Isles, and then come back and then do the rematch fights with the Elite Four and the champion. So, let's go ahead and get Magby into the Hall of Fame the first time around. Now, we know that we're level 85, we didn't level up during the battle, and that's very unfortunate because Magby did pretty good for most of the game, but the Elite Four in Kanto is just so bad for fire types. As for Magby's time, because we beelined straight for the league without catching anything, still not sure if this is slower or faster, but Magby ended at 8 hours 14 minutes. Now, I will say, I don't know about you guys, but I really do like the post-game here in Fire Red Leaf Green, unless I specify otherwise like in the Ditto run, which was impossible by our typical rules anyway. I like to do the post-game. In Invasive Species, we don't. But the Sevi Isles in post-game to me always just felt like a fun little adventure where you just go out, catch more Pokemon, and you get to catch some that are not found in Kanto normally, which is really cool. Like the Forest, where you can catch stuff like Heracross. Man, the very first time I went through the Sevi Isles many, many moons ago, I spent an inordinate amount of time just exploring, catching what I could, it's part of the reasons I like the Kanto games. Like, the Sevi Isles kind of reflects the game design of Kanto, where after Misty, you can kind of go wherever you want, and the whole game is very sandboxy. The Sevi Isles is the same way, and I just think that's awesome. But yeah, the story behind the Sevi Isles is Team Rocket is here doing some shenanigans. It's a real nice tie-in to the Gen 2 games. And we find out that Lorelei is from the Sevi Isles. The reason why we can't go to the Elite Four straight away is because she's not there, so the other 3 members of the Elite Four are like, okay, cool, we're gonna take 10. We clear out Team Rocket, get 2 items for that Celio guy, Bill's buddy, and we're back at the Indigo Plateau. We also did a fair bit of leveling up as represented by our rather bad time there. Well, maybe it's bad, I don't know, we haven't seen the other 3 perform yet. So, rematch Lorelei after we help her out in the Sevi Isles, are ready to throw down. Now, her team is a little bit different, all of her team have upgraded moves. Her Dugong, however, does retain Surf after we set up Sunny Day. It goes for it right away, does pretty good damage. And as we go for Thunder Punch, you'll see that Dugong actually has Double Team. I wish we got to use this Dugong in our Ditto run. This Dugong also has Ice Beam and Signal Beam, but has really good coverage. The Double Team didn't end up helping out Dugong too much, though. She does have a Piloswine replacing Slowbro, and if you ask me, that's a bit of a downgrade, but Piloswine being Ice Ground does give her a bit more variety, and obviously it's no trouble for us. Cloyster comes out, we set up Sunny Day, thank goodness it misses Supersonic. We'll go for Thunder Punch. Cloyster has horrible special defense. Now, I did learn from the first time around, we're gonna go right for Fire Blast against Lapras here, and I'm honestly stunned that we one-shot. I thought it would survive with a Sliver. And Jinx.exe has left the chat. Wow, Lorelei was easy. But what about Bruno? You guys think he's gonna be easy? He was a bit tough for us in the main story. Well, get a load of this. Bruno, in place of Onix, has Steelix. That's definitely better. And we are going for Fire Blast right away. The 2 Steelix have the same moves as the 2 Onix from before. I'm like 90% sure on that. As the Steelix bros both come down, out comes Hitmonchan. Think about going for Sunny Day, go for Fire Blast, leave him with a Sliver. Thankfully, Rock Slide missed, 10% chance of that. As Bruno heals, we'll set up Sunny Day. We'll go for Fire Blast, we miss, but he misses another Rock Slide. We do connect with the follow-up, but we're out of Fire Blasts now. This time around, he does not send out his Ace early, which is fine, really. Well, it would have been fine if we did one-shot Hitmonlee. He has Earthquake now. To conserve power points as Bruno heals, we'll go for Thunder Punch, and because we do have the speed advantage, this turn we can use Psychic and take out Hitmonlee. And hey, after we take down Hitmonlee, we level up, so we get a bit more firepower in our special attack. He sends out Machamp, we're gonna go for Psychic and it. Noticing a real pattern here, and yeah, Earthquake from Machamp easily finishes us off. You know, if we didn't miss Fire Blast on Hitmonchan, we would have won that. So we just need Fire Blast to not miss, and as we go through this attempt here, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm gonna take a chance on this next attempt here and set up Sunny Day against Steelix. And we do eat Rock Tomb and a Speed Drop, but our health isn't too bad. Alright, Fire Blast doesn't miss, bye-bye Steelix. And we know that out comes the twin Steelix, and thankfully we do not miss with Fire Blast. Alright, we go for Fire Blast against Hitmonchan. Of course it misses. This time he actually hits us with Rock Slide. But thanks to the power from the sun, Fire Blast one-shots Hitmonchan. With the sun faded, we go for Psychic on Hitmonlee, and ooh, that's a damage range. Interesting. Now, I decide to take a big risk here as Machamp comes out, use our last Fire Blast. Thankfully, we hit. It's not a one-shot because Sunny Day is down. However, because we survive, Bruno will heal, and then we can go for Psychic, and we should two-shot Machamp, but we end up getting a critical hit and super finish the fight. Love that. Okay, Bruno was a bit tougher than Lorelei, but so far, Magby's doing great. Oh, and I hope you guys don't get sick of Earthquake, because, spoiler warning, that's not getting old anytime soon. Which is why I'm glad we're fighting Agatha next, because I don't believe any of her Pokemon do have Earthquake. However, her Golbat is upgraded into a Crobat, and she swaps out Haunter for Mischievous. Much better choice, in my opinion. And just like back in the main story, we're going to go for Psychic against Gengar number 1 and take it out in one hit. Great start. Interestingly enough, she sends out Arbok next. Intimidate doesn't matter, and we do one-shot it. As Crobat comes out, I'm debating what to use. I'm like, nah, you know, we're going to stick with Psychic. Good thing, too. I'm surprised that was a one-shot. Second Gengar's up, second Gengar's down. For Mischievous, we're going to switch to Fire Blast because it's not weak to Psychic, and that was a good call. So, Agatha was a one-shot sweep. That was pretty awesome. But, as awesome as that was, I can't help but feel this looming sense of doom because, well, you remember how hard Lance was in the main story? Well, his team's upgraded, and, well, oh boy. Now, one advantage we do have here is that he does lead off with Gyarados, and because we have Thunder Punch, we know how great that is against Water Flying type. So, the start of the battle, I'm not all that worried about. We're fast, and we go for Thunder Punch. Gyarados obviously is a one-shot. Now, I thought he'd send out Aerodactyl, but he sends out the first of 2 Dragonite, and he, yeah, he has Earthquake too. Like I said, not getting old anytime soon. And wow, yeah, we didn't make it very far into that one. But fear not, I do have a plan as we restart here. You're gonna see me do something that seems a little strange, and what we're doing is we're going to replace our leftovers with a Sherry Berry. And you're like, wait, Roz, why are you doing that? Because you need the healing, and you would be correct. But there's something interesting about this Gyarados. It's an absolutely baffling decision to me. I don't know why. Yeah, we're going to go and set up Sunny Day here, feeling that confident. Gyarados has Thunder Wave. With the Sherry Berry, we're not paralyzed, and we can take him out. Now we can use Fire Blast powered up. And you can see what a difference that makes as we deal over half to Dragonite, but of course he has Earthquake. Now we are able to take out Dragonite with the follow-up. Thankfully that didn't miss. Now Lance opts to send out Aerodactyl, so we're going to go for Fire Blast and good damage and a burn. Aerodactyl goes for Ancient Power, and that attack drop, see it right in action there. We survive by the skin of our teeth. Unfortunately though, because of the burn, Lance will use a full restore. And turns out that 2 Fire Blasts, that's probably a low damage roll. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and feint here. I know we lost a couple of items here, but that's okay. We're going to go grab Substitute because we are going to need that for this fight. That does mean, however, that we're going to have to give up on Sunny Day. And before we get Substitute, I'm going to just level up off of the first 3 Elite Four members. We can defeat them very easily, and might as well get mileage out of Sunny Day while we still can. And the great thing about Substitute is that we can keep our leftovers while we're behind it. It takes 1/4 of our health to use, so leftovers, very necessary here. Also, it blocks Thunder Wave, that's amazing, and Gyarados will keep going for it, because, you know, I've said it several times now, Gen 3 love status, ha ha ha. But seriously, the AI will keep going for Paralysis, Poison, or whatever if you're behind a Substitute until it sticks, but it won't because you're behind a Substitute. Now, you'll see that we're not regaining health. I actually opt after many tries to use King's Rock. You get that from the Sevi Isles. I'm thinking, okay, if we're going to go with Substitute, we can at least try for flinching as well. I believe it's a 10% chance to cause flinching. Not a single battle I tried against Lance with a King's Rock did I get a single flinch. I'd get a special defense drop once in a while. That was a nice treat, but that's about it. Oh yeah, and did I mention Lance also has Kingdra. Okay, yeah, we're gonna need double team for this. If we're relying on luck this extreme, we're gonna bust out that TM. And wouldn't you know it, like I told you about Gyarados earlier, he'll just keep going for Thunder Wave. We have the perfect Pokemon to set up on. Oh, and don't worry about Fire Blast. I bought the TM for Flamethrower while I was out getting Substitute from the Move Tutor. Not as powerful, but it has 100 accuracy. Now once we finish setting up, Thunder Punch will always one-shot Gyarados, and even better, we get a special defense drop on Dragonite. He misses Earthquake, down he goes. Now this is not a foolproof strategy because as you'll see here, Aerodactyl has Aerial Ace. Aerodactyl's pretty strong, obviously that's going to knock out our substitute, and yet Lance goes to heal, we get that awesome paralysis. It doesn't matter cause we're faster, but it's the little things. As Kingdra comes out, we go for Psychic Deal, a little under half, and it ends up going for Dragon Dance? Okay. Well, while Lance heals, we can go and set up a substitute so we can at least take a hit if we get hit. Another Dragon Dance, another Psychic, and Kingdra is going for a Hyper Beam to try to knock us out. And what a time to roll a nat 20 on that Thunder Punch. As Dragonite comes out, we trade Psychic and Outrage. We do get hit, but this isn't too much of a problem. He will be locked into using Outrage, and yeah, he has a Person Berry to cure his confusion, but doesn't matter. I guess Lance ran out of healing. Believe it or not, that was the first try with Double Team. That was pretty awesome, but I don't think that we're out of the woods just yet. Oh, no, we're not. So, the Champions rematch team is actually really darn good. We're gonna go ahead and overwrite Psychic with Flamethrower. Psychic has been extremely useful ever since we taught it back at Blaine's gym. And obviously, saving after Lance, but I'm not gonna save after teaching Flamethrower just because I want to test out a little something here. So you'll notice that the champion has swapped out Pidgeot with Heracross. I go for Substitute, it goes for Earthquake, it has Rock Tomb, I was hoping it to go for that. Well, we might as well see how far we get into the fight. I mean, we have Flamethrower, Heracross is weak to it, easy one-shot. And he swaps out Rhydon with Tyranitar. Oh, jeez. I go for Thunder Punch in vain, and oh my god, that damage. It also has Earthquake. So, we're in a little bit of a pickle here. So, I can only see one way out of this, and that's that we have to set up Double Team on Heracross, who has Earthquake. He also has Rock Tomb, like I mentioned before, that can miss. And with Double Team, that's going to be super inaccurate, or so you'd think, but I'll get to that here in a sec. Now, Heracross also has Counter, and once in a while he'll go for it, which is pretty sweet. But that's a nice treat. Usually it's Rock Tomb, and usually it hits us despite the fact it has 80 accuracy in this game. And we have an evasion boost from Double Team. Now, I'm not actually that worried about Tyranitar. Like, Sandstream will be annoying. That makes the Sandstorm last permanently here in Generation 3. But we do have the TM for Brick Break as well. I got that back at the SSN. Now, on the very rare instances where I don't reset immediately after getting hit by Rock Tomb by Heracross, once in a while we'll have an attempt like the one that's about to play out before you, and don't think that just because we actually set up our double teams and we're behind a substitute that this is easy. Now, you'll see that we swapped out Thunder Punch for Brick Break. Tyranitar is always a one-shot. He is double weak to it, and our physical attack isn't too bad. However, that means that we no longer have Thunder Punch for Blastoise. And here you can see just how annoying Sandstream really is, because, yeah, we have leftovers, but that's undone. And the longer that any of these Pokemon stay on the field and we take damage, well, if we fall below a certain threshold, Sandstream's chip damage will take us out. And then, of course, you can always get hit by Psychic from Alakazam. If our substitute breaks early, then it's pretty much goodnight, Irene. And yeah, although Executor we can take out with Flamethrower, our health here is so low, I end up just resetting. Arcanine does still have extreme speed. I wanted this video to be out on Friday at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is when I like to upload Invasive Species, as this is replacing it for about the next month. This fight and the Lance rematch fight are the reason why this was late. Those two fights are brutal! Now, I'm thinking that the optimal strategy here is we need to go for a double team, and Heracross has to miss with Rock Tomb, so we can set up a substitute just in case we get hit by Earthquake or something. And you'll see here right in just a sec, Heracross does slip in an Earthquake, which obviously breaks our substitute. But since that soaks the damage meant for us, we can set up another one. Not a great chance that he'll hit us again. And that's great because being all done setting up, we can use Flamethrower. We always one-shot Heracross with it. The more health we have for Tyranitar, the less we have to worry about Sandstream. Again, one Brick Break, he's Dunyan Rings. Now, Sandstream will damage his team as well, and we can use that against Blastoise as well as the rest of his team to our advantage. Pretty low chance we get hit by Hydro Pump, but not a big deal. We set up our substitute and he does miss. Now, it's imperative that we do not spam Brick Break against Blastoise. Flamethrower is to keep him out of getting full restored, because if we used Brick Break, Sandstream would have put him into healing range so we can use Brick Break to safely eliminate Blastoise. As Alakazam comes out, we go for Flamethrower. Thankfully, he misses Psychic, and Sandstream takes out Alakazam. Tyranitar is really helping us out here. Executor is next, and obviously we're one-shotting that with Flamethrower. That's nice, at least. Now, as Arcanine comes out, something really surprised me here. I actually completely forgot that this dude here has Aerial Ace, and our substitute survived. That was crazy. And thanks to our substitute, we did not get hit by Intimidate. It would be a 3-shot, but we crit Brick Break and got done with this awful, awful, awful final battle for Magby. Oh man, what do you even say to that? It's Lorelei, Bruno, and Agatha went so well, and then Lance just... It's like Lance's rematch team is custom designed to just annihilate fire types. And all things considered, Magby did pretty well. I don't feel that there's anything wrong with him having to resort to double team and substitute for the last 2 fights in the game. Magby was really pushed to its limits here. Having to get to level 100 and still having a hard time with fights like that, yeah, it goes to show that, you know, even though Magby's great for a baby Pokemon, it's still a baby Pokemon, and is a fire type in Gen 3 Kanto. And level 100 is all well and good, but what about that time? I'm kind of nervous to see it, actually. Magby's post-game time is 12 hours, 33 minutes. I really hope that you guys enjoyed that run. Our next contestant on our baby mini-series here is Smoochum. Not quite as strong as Magby, but Ice Psychic is a really solid type combo here in Kanto. I'm excited to get that run going, and that should be up on Friday at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, unless I have an excruciating battle like the ones before. Oh, and how many tries did it take me to beat the champion? 71. Let's hope Smoochum does better. Take care, guys.